Welcome to my channel. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hello, so I'm going to be showing how to do your little girl's natural hair at home. Give her a cute little style. If you don't know or you have trouble doing natural hair, in the water bottle that I use, the spray bottle that I use that you'll see me use often in this video, it only has lukewarm water in it. And the reason why I use lukewarm water is because it helps better with detangling her hair. Cold water causes, and I'm just using the most simplistic explanation there is instead of getting into, it closing, opening the hair shaft, all that. It actually just makes the hair more manageable and actually helps it to detangle when you use lukewarm water. So, and it also helps the products when I put them in to kind of merge and everything together. I can tell how the product is going to work on her hair when I use lukewarm water or the water with the product. I can tell just by looking at it sometimes if it's going to be flaky, if it's going to kind of melt in the hair, if it's going to give her hair that slick slip, and if it's just going to, do well. I've been using the CAntu leave-in conditioner on Alania's hair ever since she was little. And I went away from it and started using something else that I absolutely love that you may have seen me use on Instagram. The curly pudding or smoothie, one of the two. And that works excellent. But I just wind up getting this. I think this was like right at the time when they had ran out of it at Walmart. So I just went back to just get this in the meantime to have something to moisturize her hair. So, it works. It works. It works. And here I'm just taking regular rubber bands. You can use whatever you want to use. Rubber bands don't break Alania's hair. And that, I guess, is because of all of, the moisture and everything that I put on her hair. But if you rather use, sponge, those who have the spongy material, then feel free to use those. Those actually tangle her hair, which is why I use the rubber bands, and the rubber bands hide. They're hidden because they're so thin. You don't see, the sponge, or any colors or anything like that. I use black. You can use clear, but I use black because it, camouflages with her hair and allows the hairstyle to kind of really shine through. In the beginning, or even now, you see me not using a comb really until I comb out the ends of her hair. And sometimes I just use my fingers to detangle her hair a lot. But because I wanted those twists to be, smooth, in some instances I use the comb in thicker parts of her hair, because on the sides of her hair, as you can see, it's more of a, not thin, but it's a different texture. And towards the front and the middle of her hair right there, her hair is a little bit more thicker. So I'll use the comb to kind of comb that out. But I'm using the comb to actually just part and using my finger to kind of detangle and separate. But when I initially detangle her hair, you saw in the beginning, I do not use the comb. I use my fingers. I let the water, I let the product do exactly what it's going to do, as I'm doing right here in the back, and I use my fingers to detangle. But again, I use a wide tooth comb to get those parts, and then right here in the parts where, in the areas of her hair where it's more fine, I can just finger detangle, as I said, and twist. And I love to detangle with my fingers as much as I can, just fluff and continue to, manipulate the hair or move the product through her hair before I actually go into styling, because now you see it's not as white. You don't see as much as the product when I'm twisting, her hair. You see it popping through, but it's because I kind of let it you know, kind of work into the hair. And don't worry about that, because that'll dry and you will not see, you know, any of that product. And of course, keeping them entertained while I'm fixing her hair. Okay, so up here, and excuse me for this little, you know, blur. I had to adjust the camera, and I had a little bit of some of the product on my hand, but it will go in a little bit. So I just actually found random spots in her hair to you know, make ponytails. You can make triangle boxes, you can zigzag the boxes, you can make them triangles. You know, it's all up to you. I just did random, you know, parts in her hair. And as I said, I used my finger because I don't want to hurt, you know, her hair. She has natural hair, so, you know, the curls create, you know, just natural tangles, and you just want to be very careful with their hair. It doesn't have to be super painful doing their hair, not doing their hair at the last minute, you know, because trying to detangle natural hair out at the last minute, you're gonna, you know, cause more stress to the hair, more stress to them while they're getting their hair done. You know, take that time out the day before or earlier in the day, so you have time to let that water and that whatever product and all that you're using to kind of set in and work it in, you know, as I said. And it'll be a better experience for you, and it'll be a better experience for your daughter or your son if, you know, they have hair and they have cornrows or twist or, you know, whatever it is like that. So after I finish twisting her hair, I'm showing you, I'm using long hair pins, and I also use bobby pins. I always use that edge control for her hair. So now I'm just finding ways, you know, I just go by, you know, how it looks. I just, you know, put her hair up and I just start pinning it. I just start pinning it in a way that I just think is cute. And depending on their hair length, you don't need to add any hair, you know, in this. You can find all kinds of ways to, you know, just create a look. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm just crisscrossing and adding. And right here, I just decided to, you know, just join them together in the back. And I'm going to fix that little one that you saw. And these are bigger squares. You can make many more squares, and it'll give you even more twists to work with and style as well. So I'm giving you a little shot of how everything looks once it's all twisted. She's sitting in her little shorts because we're in the house. Now I'm taking that edge control and I'm putting it all over the front of her edges. I love this. This is not flake up. It almost reminds me of a jam consistency. So this is not going to hold her edges in place like all day because it's super soft, but it'll hold it up until you get to the event or the place or wherever you're going to go. And it'll definitely just hold her hair down still and, you know, give her that really, you know, fresh and polished look. I love it. And it does not break her edges off. The formula, whatever they use, is very, you know, moisturizing and all to the edges. So there's a little picture of what it looks like after, showing you, you know, you can add your little hair jewelry. You can use those little, you know, clips that you use on the braids. You can add some little curry shells. You can add some little, you know, pearls on a hairpin, you know, or whatever. Now's the time to, you know, kind of jazz it up even more. You can leave it like this. You can do a headband, whatever, you know. You can put little jewelry on the areas where the rubber bands are just to make it cute. This is a everyday look. This style will last if you tie it up or put a bonnet on it for up to a week, just making sure her edges and all are good. So I hope that you enjoy this. Thank you. Be blessed.